You are listening to Visionaries Wrestling Network, providing your perfect podcast experience.
Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good. Hi, my name is Jackson.
We discussed about how we're going to do it. We said we're just going to read out what the card was, and then if we wanted to talk about it, we can. And if we don't want to talk about a particular match, then we're just going to skip that match, right? All right, let's go to night one first of all. Pre-show, Drew Gulak versus Cesaro. Jackson, you didn't see this one, I don't think, so...
Yeah, because I don't want to watch it.
You didn't want to watch it? Fine. Mason, anything you want to add in?
I remember Cesaro did a cool airplane spin.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only thing I remember.
All right, match one, the Kabuki Warriors and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. JJ?
I got nothing for that.
I'm wondering if he's going to say that for every single match.
I remember that, I think the Kabuki Warriors, they were the only ones that had, the special effects. They had the cool, it was
Intro?
Yeah, where they had, the things that you edit in, and they look lifelike, but they're not.
I remember straight away that I was getting really annoyed with you because I had to explain every story that happened. You're like, Nikki Cross is still with Alexa? I'm like, yes. They're the tag team champions? Yeah. Oscar's a heel? I'm like, yeah, I had to explain, every single story to you. I actually was kind of surprised. I thought Oscar would retain for this one. And they didn't. Alexa and Nikki Bliss took the titles from them, so I was kind of surprised. I'm expecting Alexa to turn heel, though, pretty soon now. I'm sure she'll turn on Nikki at some point. She's a much better heel than a face, anyway. All right, second match, Elias and King Corbin.
Nothing.
There are some matches you want to talk about, right? I just want to check. Okay. I know which ones you want to talk about.
King Corbin hit Elias with his stick.
Guitar. You mean guitar?
Or was that... I think that must have been on the recap.
No! It was a guitar!
When he was on, the Rob Gronkowski's balcony,
Uh-huh.
and then he fell down once he got hit with his stick thing.
Kendo stick?
No. It's what royal people have.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. His cane kind of thing, yeah. It's got the stuff thing on top, yeah. I'm with you, Jay. I wanted Elias to win this. At least I got that, because I was really disappointed Corbin beat Angle last year at WrestleMania. I like Elias, but I had no interest in any match with Baron Corbin, unfortunately.
I picked Baron.
Okay.
Corbin.
Next match, Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. Jackson?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Because you didn't even realize you're like, Shayna Baszler's wrestling? I don't think... have you watched any WWE this year?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
What did you watch?
WrestleMania.
Before that? Did you watch the Royal Rumble? I don't think you did, because you didn't even know that, McIntyre was doing really well, and that Brock eliminated so many people.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't watch it.
I will say this was one of the matches I was most looking forward to, actually, and I was absolutely shocked that Shayna Baszler didn't win. I really thought, having held the title for a year, I didn't see any way that she wasn't winning this, and I was really surprised. Now, I wonder if they changed plans. I know at one point, because I mentioned to you, Becky said that she wanted to take a break after WrestleMania. I was like, well, that pretty much guarantees it. Now, there could be an enforced break anyway, so perhaps it doesn't matter if she holds on to the title or not.
I watched NXT, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't up to date NXT. It was the best matches of NXT.
Oh, I'm looking on here. I'm actually on Wikipedia because it has the order of the matches. Do you know the clutch that she puts on when she tries to choke people out, Shayna? Do you know what it is?
Coquina Clutch?
That's what I thought it was, because that's the one that
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. It's spelled here Kirifuda, which I would be reading as Kirifuda. So unless it's a slightly different move, and I just assumed it was the Coquina Clutch. I had not really paid that much attention to it. So either it's spelt very differently from how I thought, or it is a totally different move, or, and this is probably very possible as well, Wikipedia has no idea what they're talking about. All right, match 4. Sami Zayn, accompanied by Cesaro and Nakamura, against Daniel Bryan, who was accompanied by Drew Gulak. JJ?
Nothing.
Nada?
So I remember when Daniel Bryan was trying to run around the ring, try to chase Sammy, that Nakamura would get in the way, and then Cesaro would get in the way, which I was confused why they're with Sammy.
Because you not watched it in 6 months.
And they changed the title.
What do you mean they changed? Oh, the belt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they also got one thing.
From this match?
Yeah.
Go on,
So, the first two people that was at the start...
Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak?
No.
Sami Zayn?
No, it was like when
The ref? Two
Rob
commentators?
Gronkowski and Mojo Rawley.
yeah,
Oh,
they were like
okay.
yes.
Oh, they were doing the yes chants as well. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Anything else, Mason?
Nope.
I didn't really care particularly about this match. I knew it was going to be unfair with them having 3 people against 2 people, and it
We
turned
didn't
out
get
to
to
be
see
that way.
the finish because it cut out.
Oh, it did. We saw Sami Zayn won, but we didn't know how he won. Let's have a look on here. Brian brought Zayn back into the ring and eventually started to perform his offensive attacks on him. In the end, Cesaro and Nakamura recovered and attacked Gulak, and as Brian attempted a slam on Zayn, Zayn performed a hell of a kick in midair to retain the title. Okay. Next one. Well, we didn't get to see the end of this one either until right afterwards because the coverage cut out. It was a tag team match, or it was supposed to be a tag team match. This was the triple threat ladder match between Kofi, the Usos, I'm not sure which one it was, it doesn't say on here, and John Morrison. All right, Jackson, anything for the ladder match?
Yeah.
I would hope so. This was a great match. I thought this was before.
So
We didn't.
This
they
was
were
the last
trying to-
match that we watched
so,
before you guys went to bed.
We didn't see.
So
Yes, you
also,
did.
so the
Okay, next time don't invite Mason on your podcast, Jackson. We watched the ending and he doesn't even remember.
Yeah, but we didn't see much of the start because it kept cutting out.
yeah. So remember that John Morrison came down with the belts.
Because he's a champion. Yep, him and Miz are the champions right now. Yep, that was it.
Yeah, that's
That's
all
what you
I
remembered?
have.
And you didn't know who John Morrison was, because you were like, who is that? And I said, John Morrison, and you said?
Max.
And I was like, no, John, and you were like,
Max.
nah, Max.
Max.
Because you know Max Morrison from VCW and Elite Pro Wrestling and a few other places, UEW. Yeah. And that's when you guys went to bed, and for the rest of it, it's just going to be me and you, JJ. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Anything for that?
No.
My only thing was I was kind of surprised Kevin Owens won. I actually thought Seth Rollins was going to win this all the way. I thought it was a pretty solid match, but yeah.
And I know in one WrestleMania I think Seth Rollins won.
Mhm.
Won against Brock Lesnar, I think.
He did, yeah. He won at WrestleMania 35. That's the one that Daddy was at, yep. Yeah, he gave him some low blows. And then he managed to win that way. I know you like your low blows. Alright, there was a small segment involving R-Truth. The next to last match, Goldberg and Strowman.
No.
Not a particularly good match. It was over very quickly. My only surprise was that Goldberg didn't win. The guys from band from ringside said the fact that Braun Strowman was bought in last minute, there's no way that he would actually win this. And yeah,
I
he
knew
did.
Braun Strowman would win.
All right, main event. I know you want to talk about this one though, JJ. Undertaker and AJ Styles.
So Undertaker got out of the hole once AJ Styles started the tractor.
Mhm.
And then AJ Styles lost, and then Undertaker took off the cover over the thing that says AJ Styles.
Oh, his gravestone.
Yeah.
Because you asked me why did it say, and I can't remember the number, 1970 something. I was like, 77. I was like, that's the year he was born. And then it said 2020 because that was the year that he supposedly died. Was there any other segments that you liked in this?
Yeah. Was that Undertaker came by motorbike and went back by motorbike?
Yeah, he was the American BA for this one. I liked also all the other people that came out of the barn or whatever it was and kind of surrounded him, and he took them out one at a time. And even though Gallows and Anderson were there, he still took all them out as well. I thought it was classic Undertaker. I liked Undertaker being dominant
And
in this one.
he also threw AJ Styles off of the roof.
He did, yeah. AJ Styles took some punishment for this match. I thought it was great. They don't think they could have done this if this had been a regular WrestleMania match because there was too many staged bits. But no, I thought it was really good. All right, shall we move on to day 2 then, JJ?
No, I got one more thing left. Remember that AJ Styles speared Undertaker into the fence?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, yep. You remembered that part. Day 2, this will be on me then to begin with. Liv Morgan and Natalya. Actually, I didn't watch this either. We saw on the first day that it was like 10 minutes of wrestling for an hour, so we didn't actually even bother. We just waited straight for the main card to come on. Okay, I saw some highlights on Twitter, but that was about it. All right, the first match then was, of course, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. JJ?
And now
Nothing? This was one of the matches I was probably most looking forward to, and I was really surprised they put it on first. I thought Rhea Ripley sold really well in this match. One thing that people were talking about on Twitter, it was evident you could really hear them screaming a lot louder because there was no crowd noise. And also you could really hear the refs talking as well, which you don't normally get to hear, which some people thought was a good thing and some people thought was a bad thing. And I was shocked Charlotte Flair won. I really thought Rhea Ripley would win this one because the question is, Mason said, like, is Charlotte Flair going to NXT? Like, it's probably academic because they're probably not going to be wrestling for a while anyway now, but yeah, I thought that was kind of surprising. All right, next one, Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley.
Nothing.
Nope, nothing.
I remember Aleister Black won, but I didn't see anything else.
Yeah, he did the Black Mass and he beat Bobby Lashley, which wasn't a big surprise to me. I wasn't really interested in that one either. All right, next one, Otis and Dolph Ziggler. Nothing. Now, this story changed kind of a lot.
The Randy Rose
What did Mandy Rose do?
interfered and also low blow Dolph Ziggler.
She did, yeah. She gave Sonya Deville a slap, and then she gave... but also Dolph Ziggler had given Otis a low blow, so it kind of balanced it out a little bit. And, yeah, I was more interested in this story once we'd seen the twist, actually, from SmackDown on Friday, and the fact that Sonya Deville had deleted tweets, because before that point, I thought Mandy was the bad person in this, so I'm kind of glad they twisted it round and let her off the hook a little bit, but then Otis had the fairy tale finish by winning as well, so I was happy about that. Oh, we thought it was the Worm as well, because it looked like Scotty 2 Hotty. What's Otis's move? Can you remember?
Caliputter.
All right, match 4. I know you want to talk about this one. I think this was your favourite one of night 2. Edge and Randy Orton.
I remember that Edge was climbing on the fence on top on the roof, and then he did a people's elbow. And I also remember he jumped from the top of I think it was boxes and stuff that looked like that.
Yep. And you liked this match, right? Was this your favourite one of night 2?
Yeah. Was
it better than the Undertaker match?
Yeah.
It was better than the Undertaker one as well? So this was your favourite match of the whole WrestleMania?
Yeah, because Edge was on top of the truck.
I was hoping Edge was going to use that really big ladder. You remember that really big ladder? I've never seen a ladder as big as that before. I was hoping I don't think they ever used it. Now the reason
they did? What, like?
Okay, nobody can. You got to sit down and talk. And then, you can't do it by showing.
And then they would slam it on top, but no. They did not do it.
They didn't do that, no. I personally hated this match, and I'm probably going to talk about it on Good Cop, Bad Cop, so I'm going to save my opinions for this one. But yeah, no, I didn't like this one. I thought it went on way too long, and I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, match 5, Firefly Funhouse, John Cena and Bray Wyatt. Nothing for this one?
That is the worst match.
And that's where we disagree, because I thought this was the best match. I love the fact that they put all those story bits together. I don't know how this would have worked at a regular WrestleMania match, but the way they put this together worked absolutely perfectly. The way they linked in things from the previous WrestleMania match they had. And I'm just going to leave it at that then, because I know you don't particularly want to talk about this one. All right, main event. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I missed something on here. Oh, somehow did I miss a match somewhere on here? I've missed the Women's Championship match, although for some reason they didn't seem to list it on here for some reason, so I guess I'd better just mention it then. The Women's SmackDown Women's Championship. Sasha, Bayley, Tamina, Naomi, and Lacey Evans. Anything for this one?
The Bayley one.
Bayley won, yeah.
And Sasha also interfered when she was already out.
She did. I honestly thought Sasha was going to win this one, and I was really surprised when she didn't. But yeah, she came back and helped.
Lacey Evans would win.
You wanted Lacey Evans to win. Yeah, you were close. She was second on this one. I still think I was expecting her to turn on her after she'd won, but she didn't. But I'm sure that's a storyline they're setting up. And I would much rather Sasha be a heel and, or probably a bigger heel, and Bayley become face again. But we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, I want Bayley to come face again. For the Bayley buddies.
Bayley buddy, yeah, and she can do her hugs again, right? All right.
She also sliced them.
She did. She got them with a knife, didn't she? So they couldn't work anymore.
Yes.
You liked that. You thought that was funny.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Main event part 2. Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre won.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Anything you liked in this match?
Nope.
You happy that Brock lost?
No, I picked Brock.
I know you picked Brock. I think you were the only person who did pick Brock. It was a short match. I think it said that Brock was the first person who was ever kicked out of the Claymore kick, and certainly Drew kicked out of several F5s. It was a solid match, but it didn't go on too long. I thought it was just about the right length. Nothing special, but yeah, that'll be about it. Anything else for this one, JJ? That was all the matches? Well, I'm assuming it's all the matches. This was what was listed on Wikipedia, but as they missed one of the matches anyway, it's more than possible they missed one of the other matches as well.
Bye! Thank you for listening. Bye!